Before we begin exploring the amazing city that Dubai is, we would like to remind you to subscribe while hitting the bell icon for more interesting content and mind-teasing videos. Did you subscribe? Great! Let's begin. There is no other place in the world like Dubai, the center of futuristic architecture and revolutionary technology and a playground for the tallest and most luxurious skyscrapers we have ever seen. Already has an endless list of world-renowned landmarks. A trip to Dubai is like stepping into the future, and we'll show you exactly why the city is nicknamed the City of Gold for a reason. Aside from the fact that you can literally pull nuggets of gold out of an ATM, Dubai is one of the richest cities on Earth, and they sure know how to invest their money. Above the cloud line rises the city's undisputed landmark, the world's tallest skyscraper, the Burj Khalifa. At 163 stories and 828 meters, or 2,716 feet high, this colossal structure is definitely the tallest building ever built. It has been holding that title since January 9, 2010, which was the date that it was completed. But that's not its only claim to fame, as it also has the elevator with the longest travel distance, the most floors of any building, the highest occupied floor in the world, and the highest outdoor observation deck. Check it out next to the Shanghai Tower, which at 2,073 feet is the second tallest building standing today, next to the Empire State Building, which is 1,550 feet tall, and the London Eye at 443 feet. You can clearly see the difference in size. It's easy to see why this mammoth project cost the city of Dubai a whopping $1.5 billion. Just because the Burj Khalifa is currently the tallest building in the world, that does not mean it will stay that way forever, because Saudi Arabia already has a mega project of its own that will soon eclipse the Burj Khalifa. That mega project is called the Jeddah Tower, and it is set to open in 2022 with a height of 1 kilometer or 3,280 feet. However, Dubai saw what Saudi Arabia was up to and did not want to slip into second place. It has already forged plans for another mega structure to trump the Burj Khalifa and the Jeddah Tower. The cost of that project is said to be around 367 billion AED, which is almost 1 billion US dollars. You heard that right, 1 billion US dollars. Yes, that's a B. Dubai Creek Tower will soon break all sorts of records, but its height is not yet known. The development company, Emaar Properties, is still keeping the exact height of the tower under wraps, saying that it'll reach an estimated 1,300 meters, which is modeled after an Arabian minaret and resembles a blossoming lily flower. Construction of the eccentric monolith began back in October 2016 and is expected to be completed sometime in 2022. The Dubai Creek Tower will have up to 10 observation decks, some of which will rotate, as well as luxury apartments, offices, restaurants, and sky gardens inspired by the Hanging Gardens of Babylon. It was expected to be open to the public in 2021, but has been delayed due to the pandemic. The project is heavily inspired by Babylon. The developers are not simply placing the tower in the middle of the downtown, but are creating an entirely new neighborhood called Dubai Creek Harbor, of which the tower will be the glittering centerpiece. When completed, the area is expected to provide space for nearly 470,000 people. Moving on, the futuristic minds of Dubai have a mega project in store that goes against common skyscrapers. Get ready, because in 2022, we will see the world's first dynamic tower with 80 floors and a height of 420 meters. In other words, a fully rotating skyscraper that will cost a little more than 1.2 billion US dollars. Construction has not been easy, but it has been a long road for the Dynamic Tower Hotel, which is also known as the Da Vinci Tower. Planning began back in 2008, and the highlight of this new aged building is the spinning floors that take about 90 minutes to complete a 360-degree lap. You'll need between $4 million and $40 million to buy a floor or apartment when they go up for sale. The first part is that residents can choose the rotation speed and the direction of their individual luxury apartment. So if you want to see the sunrise, simply rotate your apartment 90 degrees to the left. Or if you want to make your acrophobic guests dizzy, turn the speed up to maximum. Aside from this unprecedented feature, the tower will be the world's first prefabricated skyscraper, meaning each individual rotating part or floor can be built in a factory and then transported to the site to be attached to the central cylinder. This means that construction can be up to 30% faster than traditional skyscrapers. This could be the future of architecture and construction, just in case you haven't noticed. Dubai clearly has a preference for all things futuristic, which is why it has come up with another amazing mega project, the so-called Museum of the Future. The cost of Dubai's innovative landmark is around 499 million AED, or about $109 million. The innovative Dubai landmark will be one of the most expensive of its kind ever built. From the outside, it'll resemble the shape of an eye, which is meant to reference ideas of perception and knowledge. Inside, it will showcase the most impressive feats of human creativity and technology, with more robots than we will ever need. The museum will present three main themes. First, the relationship between robots and humans. Second, how robots and AI can enhance human capabilities. And third, how AI will affect the way humans make decisions in the future. Like many of the other spectacular projects mentioned today, the Museum of the Future is expected to be completed sometime in 2022 or 2023. Next up, we have one of Dubai's most famous and oldest icons, the Burj Al Arab, better known as the world's first 7-star hotel. As one of the city's first mega projects, the Burj Al Arab was completed more than 2 decades ago in 1999, but it is still a symbol of ultimate luxury. The unique building sits on a man-made island and is shaped like a sail. It cost around $1 billion to build at the time, mainly due to the immense amount of work required to secure the foundations in the sand below. If you want to rent one of the 202 rooms, you'll have to spend at least $2,000 a night, and that's just for the cheap rooms. So why not stay in the outrageously luxurious Royal Suite, a room truly fit for a king? It will cost you a whopping $24,000 a night, but at least for that amount of money, you can play on one of the iPads that is made of 24-karat gold. You've heard of a Hyperloop before, right? Well, if you haven't, it's a high-speed train that can connect Dubai and Abu Dhabi in 12 minutes. That's almost 7 times faster than driving on the highway. A fast train? Big deal. We've seen this before. However, we're hearing what's next for Dubai's transportation. Dubai to Abu Dhabi is one thing, but what about connecting Dubai to India in just 2 hours? The proposed underwater train could connect the city of gold to Mumbai via Fujairah, linking 2 countries nearly 2,000 kilometers or about 1,200 miles apart in just 2 hours. But how is that going to work? Surely you can't build a tunnel that long. According to a video released by UAE's National Advisor Bureau Limited, the underwater journey would take place in a long tube floating just below the surface of the Arabian Sea. It would not be concreted to the sea, but would simply float, held in place by a network of floating rigs. Would you be brave enough to book a ticket on a floating underwater train to experience another not-so-common creation in Dubai? Hey, let's move on and take a look at Aladdin City, an incredible tourism-focused project set to open in the not-so-distant future. The eye-catching project will span 1,500 feet, about 450 meters, along Dubai Creek and cover nearly 4,000 acres in total. Aladdin City will consist of 3 large towers, each inspired by the tales of Aladdin and the Arabian Nights. The towers, which will be up to 34 stories high, will house offices, hotels, and rooms for nearly 900 cars. Most importantly, they'll resemble giant genie lamps and be connected by stunning gold air-conditioned bridges and walkways. So, how much does it cost to build something that stands out in a city known for standing out? Well, about $500 million. Okay, so moving on, what's one of the first images that comes to your mind when someone says Dubai? Seriously, let us know down in the comments below. For most people, it's the fascinating man-made islands. Whether you picture the world map or the palm tree, the man-made sands are iconic. The Palm, also known as the Palm Jumeirah, welcomed its first residents in 2007 and was built entirely of sand and stones. Believe us, the cost of transporting all these materials from the coasts and quarries are not cheap. Any guesses? Well, Dubai City forked out $12 billion US, and that doesn't even include the $1.5 billion US Atlantis Hotel Resort with its own water park and underwater aquarium. The world map, on the other hand, has suffered a number of setbacks, the most pressing of which was the suspension of production in 2009 due to the global financial crisis. Nowadays, due to weathering, partial sinking, and erosion, the world islands have unfortunately lost their clearly defined borders. Look at Central America. It's practically non-existent now. However, Dubai is not giving up. They have come up with a brand new idea for an artificial island, the Jumeirah Bay Island, which is shaped like a seahorse. The seahorse is already open to the public and houses a yacht club, apartment buildings, and a 5-star luxury Bulgari hotel with 100 rooms. If you cannot hop on a helicopter and view the island from above, one of the best ways to see the island and everything we have discussed so far is through the 150-meter tall Dubai Frame that is located in Zabul Park. Dubai Frame is the $62 million US structure that is one of the newest additions to the world-famous skyline. We all know that Dubai is a city where old and new intertwine in a unique way, and the Dubai Frame shows just that. Visitors emerging from one side can see the futuristic metropolis, while those on the other side can catch a glimpse of the older, more traditional parts of the city. It's one of Dubai's more subtle mega projects, but it's still amazing. You may wonder where all the money is coming from. Well, some of it stems from the ultra-rich Dubai royal family, and yes, we're preparing a video just for that and how they spend their fortune. With this last part, we've reached the end of our video. That's it for today, guys. Just a reminder, if you enjoyed this video, smash the like button and don't forget to subscribe while hitting the bell icon for more mind-teasing videos. Thanks for watching. Until the next one.